Hey folks, Karen here, and this is the Dreamwear mask that I was saying the other day that I switched to. And yeah, we're going to put this on for you. Oops, got to put it on right. Now what this does is the hose connects at the top. There's a vent here, which remember I said I put tape on here. And then there's another vent down here. Now, this is how it's supposed to work. Is the hose comes up here. The airflow, this is all hollow, so the airflow comes in here, and it doesn't matter which side you sleep on. Even if you sleep on your face, the air is still going to come down through. Okay, it's very comfortable. I have no complaints about that. What I have a complaint about is for some reason I cannot get it to stop leaking, and it's affecting my pressures. Because if it constantly leaks, you're just not getting the amount of pressure you're supposed to get. So I'm going back to my, this is a Respironics Activa mask, and it just fits right over here. And of course you have your contraption going around your head. Now for most people, I'll tell you why it's in a minute. This is an old mask, and so with these kinds of masks, I'm sure you've probably, if you have sleep apnea and you use masks, you've probably heard of Remzies, or I did a video a while back on the Silent Night liners. And what these liners do is they're cotton and they just lay right over top of here. And what it does is if you have a problem with latex, this will alleviate that because you won't have the latex actually touching your skin. And it also helps with blocking leakage. These are expensive, and you're only supposed to use one a night. So you get 30, but you're paying $30. So you're paying like about $1 a piece. And the Silent Nights are a little less expensive, but there again, they eventually wear out. Now, what I decided to do, because I'd heard of other people saying this, is make my own. And what I use is just cotton t-shirts. Now, how did I get this? What I did was I took this mask, which is old, but it still has the right size, and I used some oil on here. I actually use like Neosporin, and I just put a layer of oil on here. And then I impressed it onto a piece of paper. And then what I did was I made it so that I could see the material through the paper. I mean, I could see the paper through the material so that I could draw an outline. And now I'll have my own. Now, once I cut these out, I will wet them. And then what I do is lay them down on a towel and then use my iron, and it flattens them out and dries them at the same time. So I really didn't want to go back to this other mask, but this style mask is what I've been using for 13 years. And no matter what other mask I try, I always end up going back to this because this always, maybe it's my facial shape. I don't know. But for some reason, these masks always give me the best results, the highest amount of pressure for what I'm being prescribed, and little to no leaks. So since my titration, they increased my pressure, I haven't really noticed an improvement with this. I don't know. I've tried every configuration. I mean, I've tightened it up, but for some reason, it doesn't work for me. But it is comfortable. Now, I don't know if it's the shape of my nose, the shape of my face, my bone structure. I don't know what it is. Everybody, when you go to get a mask, it has to fit you. It has to feel comfortable for you. So it might say, you know, one fits all. This is the small nasal thing. You can't get any smaller than that, but it still seems to leak. So I don't know, you know, I don't know. Um, this is the medium rest of it, because these come off here, so you can change your nose piece, but they unplug, and then you can put another nose piece on here or put another frame on here. The next size down frame was too small, so I had to go with a medium. I've been using it for 3 months, and I'm happy with the way it feels. I'm happy with being able to move wherever I want, and it's still comfortable. I'm not happy that it's not accepting the pressure that I'm being prescribed, and no matter what I do, it continuously leaks, and I'm not seeing an improvement with the pressures. So it's time to go back to my trusty, what I've been using for 13 years. So I making myself some new liners for the front, and I took the other mask that I was using before I switched, which was only like maybe a couple 3 months old, and I gave that a good cleaning, have it reattached to my machine. So now this afternoon, later, whatever, I will make my liners. Now these liners, because I make them myself, I can wash them, and then I usually just hand wash them in regular hand soap, and then rinse them really good, lay them flat on a towel, and then iron them dry. This way they're nice and flat, and then it actually, you know, I don't put them in a washing machine and dryer because they're small, so you don't want to get them stuck or lost or wherever. But I just hand wash them, and then put them flat, lay them flat on a towel, and then iron them. And this way they get ironed nice and flat. Now eventually these will start to curl, and they will wear out, obviously. I mean, it's just cotton, so it may start to fray on the edges where you've cut them. Don't worry about that. Just grab another old t-shirt. If you don't have any old raggy t-shirts, go to the Goodwill, Salvation Army, whatever, and dig through the piles of clothes until you find a lightweight, because you don't want it to be heavy. You want it to be lightweight, so that it just rests on, you know, it'll just rest on your mask, and it just prevents leakage, and it feels good against your skin because you don't have that latex sticking to your skin. So that's the update on my BiPAP masks, or CPAP masks. I'm on a BiPAP machine. And if this video has helped, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Okay, one more thing I forgot to talk about, and I brought this over here just for that purpose. For those of you that use BiPAP, CPAP, if you're having a problem with your nasal passages drying up, which I always do, and I have a hydrator on mine, and I have it set just below the point where I get a lot of moisture in the mask and in the tubing itself. What I use is this AYR. Don't ask me how I found it. I think I was just searching on Google for saline nasal spray, because I used to use a spray and that didn't seem to work. But I tried this saline nasal gel, and I'll tell you what, this is absolutely amazing. I love this stuff, and it's got aloe vera in it. And I just take a little dab on the end. I'm not going to expel any of this right now because I don't want to. I think this stuff is like between $7 and $9. I just put a little bit on the end of a Q-tip and just dab it right on the inside of my nose, on each side. It says you can put it under your nose. I find that affects the way the mask fits. and it gets the liners dirty. So I just put it right on the inside of my nose and then wipe any excess off. This stuff is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I don't have any problem with my nasal passages drying out anymore. It moisturizes them. It is just, the reason I started using this, I had my old machine, the hydrator broke. So I wasn't getting any moisture in the machine, and I picked this stuff up to use until I could get a new machine. This is perfect. It is absolutely fantastic. So if you're a CPAP BiPAP user and you're having a problem with your nasal passages getting dried up, instead of having to squirt saline solution in 3, 4, 5 times a day, pick up some AYR gel. This stuff is fabulous. You won't have a problem all day. You just put it on at night, and it keeps your nasal passages moisturized while you're sleeping, and I can't say enough good about it. This is actually my second tube that I started just in the last month or two. It's great. It's great. Okay, that'll do it for the sleep apnea vlog.